Hey, James at Barbourcreek. Today we're going to talk about the Fusion long action, and what I've done here is I've taken a 6.5 PRC cartridge, a 6.5 Creedmoor cartridge, and a 7 PRC, and I've got the different barrels as you'll see in a quick video. And what I've done for safety is I've taken out the firing pins. All right. The reason is you can probably hear in the background, I got the tractor out there. Tony's cutting the range. We have a winter wear class today. So I'm gonna take the long action magazine and I'm gonna load the Magnum cartridges in here, which again is a 6.5 PRC. We'll load 3 rounds in here. And I'm gonna show you, and you guys have already seen this before, but because this has long feed lips, this magazine, it allows us to feed short cartridges like a 300 WSM, 6.5 PRC, and so on and so forth. This is a 6.5 PRC barrel. Again, there's no firing pin in here, so as you can see, 6.5 PRC loads perfectly. Now, I'm gonna switch barrels. Use the fix-it sticks and loosen this up. All right. I'm gonna stand this up and break it loose. Now, as soon as Tony gets done cutting out there, I'll shoot this and show you how well it works. All right, let me set this to the side. We're gonna grab our 7 PRC barrel. By the way, if you get a switch barrel like this Fusion, make sure you get something to cover the threads, because I'm telling you, if you drop this thing, it's not going in a receiver. So you're gonna have to run a die over it or give it back to the gunsmith, okay? We'll do like we normally do. We'll hand screw this in until it hits the shoulder. That thing's noisy. And once I get it touching the shoulder, I know I'm slow, all right? Then I'll back it off and snap it. Take our 15-inch pounds, torque it up, listen. There we go. Really, you don't need anything over that. It isn't going anywhere. These are the same actions, but short, that we use on our school guns. All right, so now I have a 7 PRC. Let's grab the 7 PRC cartridge, again, which is a long action cartridge, just like a 28 Nosser, 7 Rim Mag 300 PRC. And again, firing pins out of the bolt. All right. And as you can see, 7 PRC loads flawlessly. Now here's the cool part. Let's pull this off and let's put our little 6.5 Creedmoor barrel on. All right. Okay. Try not to take up too much of your time and do this quickly. And again, we'll shoot these afterwards. Almost there, okay. Now let's take our Creedmoor barrel, take off our end cap. Pretty cool that you can shoot a 6.5 Creedmoor, 6mm Creedmoor out of your long action. This, to me, works so well because when I go out to Montana and I'm hunting at the Crow Indian Reservation, if I tag out on black bear or antelope, a lot of times I'll sit there with Jesse, kind of look through my arm, and I will hunt prairie dogs, all right? And I'm not gonna use a 6.5 PRC, or I'm not gonna use a 7 PRC or 300 PRC to hunt prairie dogs. I'll just slap on my Creedmoor barrel and I'll pop them little guys at long range, okay? So again, now what we need to do here is, get that tightened up, pull the Magnum bolt out, and we're gonna put in, again, the firing pins out. You guys have all seen this before, but what's cool about these is you just twist them and snap them off. Magnum bolt face is gone. Standard bolt face is going in. Magazine with the block inside of it is designed for 30-06. I'm gonna load 3 rounds of 6.5 Creedmoor. And, oh, helps if I take out the other magazine. Okay, and here we go. Did you just see that? How did I do that? No, I'm kidding. Again, pretty cool that you can shoot a 6.5 Creedmoor just by changing magazines, changing bolts, swapping barrels, all in one gun. That's pretty amazing if you ask me. One thing I do want to discuss is you'll notice this has a larger barrel channel on the side. Now, why is that? This is designed for a like a Sendero carbon fiber barrel. Now, I don't care about the little 1/8 inch gap on the side. To me, I could care less, because now I can pull the barrels out easily without pulling the receiver out of the stock. The other thing you got to concern yourself with when you're running a Fusion, if I'm running a standard like 0.90 height on this ring, you can see I got a little bit of a gap, about 1/4 inch. If I don't want to have to take the scope off every time I change barrels, you're going to have to get them up just a little bit higher, probably about another 1/4 inch. You put a spur mount or something like that. I don't care if I have to take the scope off, because it's pretty simple. Bottom line, you got to re-zero it anyway, right? Again, you got your fix-it sticks. You're going to throw in your torque set, and you'll just tighten up the scope. Now, I'm going to pull this forward so it's against the bearing surface for the forward recoil. All right, and then now I just put my scope back on. So you can swap barrels. Yes, you're going to have to either take your scope off, or you can pull the receiver out of the stock. But either way, you got to do one or the other, unless you leave a large barrel channel and you have the rings a little bit higher, like if you're running a spur mount or something like that. Anyway, pretty cool concept. Again, the way this works is standard bolt face, Magnum bolt face, 2 bolts, 2 magazines. This is a standard long action Magnum magazine. This is a long action standard caliber, like again, 6.5 Creedmoor, 6mm Creedmoor 243, 30-06 with a block in it. You need that block in there for the shorter cartridge in a 30-06. One gun, tons of fun, all kinds of calibers. I probably have 6 calibers sitting at home on top of my safe, 6 barrels, you know. I used to be like everybody else, and I'd have, 4 or 5 guns. Now I can take 1 gun. I don't even need my short action Terminus Zeus anymore that Joel gave me. No, Joel, I'm not gonna sell it. But my point is, I don't need it, because this now takes all of my calibers. I don't have to worry about having all these guns laying around in the safe. I now have a bunch of barrels. Again, make sure you have an end cap for your barrels, all right? So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this film in just a few seconds. As soon as, again, Tony's out of the way, he's getting the range ready for the Wounded Warrior event that we got coming up. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot these, and I'm gonna show you that not only does it feed well, they shoot well. All right, thanks for joining us. Have a great day. Okay, first up, 6.5 Creedmoor. Got the standard bolt in. I don't have my suppressor, so I'm gonna run headsets, so stand by. All right. Okay, first shot. Parallax. All right, I'm gonna switch barrels and we're gonna try the other calibers, so stand by. All right, so I just put the 7 PRC barrel on. Change bolts. Change magazine. And we'll load up the 7 PRC. Okay, going hot. Too easy. All right, so Fusion, Barbourcreek BC 1400, multi-caliber, from the big boy to the little fella. 1 gun, and you're done. James of Barbourcreek.
Howdy everybody, Keith Warren here. for Barbourcreek, America's premier long-range hunting and shooting school. Barbourcreek has one of America's top long-range instructors and life-size animal targets out to 1,000 yards. Enjoy a climate-controlled classroom and shoot house, luxurious lodging, and 4-course meals as you train with fellow outdoorsmen. Our Level 2 Master Course puts you in real hunting positions off a tripod, bipod, and backpacks, with 25 life-size animal targets from 340 yards out to 1,670 yards on 6 stations. You'll become confident shooting at angles, reading wind and terrain, and shooting across valleys. When that once-in-a-lifetime shot only comes once, you can't afford to miss. Contact Barbourcreek at 334-845-0000.